Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. So today's going to be a little out there. It's going to be a little rambly at times. I'm going to hit you with some facts. We're going to talk about what's happening in the economy, what's happening in society, and some things that you might want to start to consider to get on this. Now, I gave you a lead into this back right around the first of the year, and I said, this is how you make this your year. I will withdraw the expletives from that video so that we don't get demonetized or ratioed. But let's talk about what's happening and then let's go on this wild journey and just go with me. It's where my head's at as I go through this journey myself. And in talking to a lot of you, I suspect a lot of you are on the same journey that I am. Let's run over here. Retail sales continued to fall in December as shoppers battled inflation. Retail sales were down 1.1% in the key holiday season, basically last month in December. Ominous tone. As we look, the Dow is down right now at the time of this filming, 413 points. Now, if you go back and you look at my New Year's prediction, I talked about the Dow coming down, which I still think we will see. Earnings coming down, a lackluster selling season. We're seeing all of that come to fruition. The other big thing that I said we would start to see, layoffs. This morning, Microsoft cutting 10,000 workers as tech layoffs mount. Guys, these are high-paying jobs. Figure anywhere $100,000 to $350,000 for these workers. If we run over here and we take a look at layoff tracker, we've already seen 55,371 layoffs this year just in tech. Guys, it's getting bad out there. You run over and you click on the global one, and I would argue it's actually higher than this. It seems like the API is missing a couple to me. I couldn't find the Goldman Sachs layoffs in any of these non-tech sections, so I think it's higher. We look globally, we're closer to 64,000 across 132 companies. You run down, you take a look. I mean, we're talking about Brazil, America, it's everywhere. United Kingdom, United Arab Emirates, Hong Kong, India, Brazil again, Canada. Nobody's being spared from this. This is a global recession. We are entering something gnarly. Guys, and as I told you before, I highly encourage you to check out 75 Hard. It is not necessarily a workout program as much as it is a discipline program. I am 23 days into this. I've already gotten the first half of my 2 workouts done. I am going immediately when I am done with this video to go work on the second part of this. I'm actually looking at new ways to add pieces to this to make it a little bit more. I am thoroughly enjoying this. It is working out well for me. I don't get paid. There's no sponsorship. This doesn't cost you anything. Yes, I had a couple people message me and say, hey, they look for my email address. It's because it's sort of a two-headed thing going on here. And I can see your hesitation. I'll tell you, he's never solicited me for anything, never asked me to buy anything. But what happens is he also runs this Real AF podcast. So the two kind of tie together, and I tend to get updates about the Real AF where he talks about current events and things that are happening in the world. So they do this, they call it CTI, Cruise the Internet, where they talk about things going on the internet. And when I say that was that guy there. And then here's the guy here. He owns First Form Nutrition. He was 350 pounds, felt like a hypocrite, started this program, whittled down a bunch of weight. There's a whole year worth of stuff in here. Once you start to dig into it, there's multiple programs in multiple ways. It was great. He ran the #1 entrepreneurial podcast for like a decade on iTunes. Wealth of knowledge. I always learn something about it. And I find as I go through my personal journey, he generally talks about it. It's something he's either been through or he's going through too at the same time. It's eerily creepy. It's awesome. The other thing I want you to start to consider is some sort of martial art. And I think it's starting to become time for that. I'm going to show you some videos and some clips here in a minute where, just ask yourself, what would you do if you ran into this? And don't say, oh, I'm always packing. I hate guys that say that all the time. It can't be a one-stop shop solution. And it's not. More people get killed with their own gun than with other guns because they get wrestled and they get taken away from them and you get killed with your own weapon frequently, especially when you either don't train, don't know how to use it, or you're not fit. There's a reason that the military puts you through boot camp before. They don't just hand you a gun and they're like, cool, you're a super soldier now. Like, go out and destroy. No, they put you through training and they put you through workouts and they get you in shape. And that's a requirement. That's why they have physical requirements to get into it. Guys, it's part of it. You've got to be able to run. You got to be able to jump. You got to be able to fight. You got to be strong. Add this in. Start to consider it. It is time. And I know a lot of you guys are Andrew Tate fans. I'm going to play a small clip from Andrew Tate. But that's basically what Andrew Tate was telling you. He was like, you need to be fit, you need to be trained, and you need to be ready when opportunity shows up. So this is from the Vice documentary. If you haven't seen it on Andrew Tate, I encourage you to go watch it. It actually made me like him more. I assume it was supposed to be a hit piece, but they didn't really take it that way. So he would invite people out to his compound. They would show up to train, and he put up, the guys got there and he said, hey, you're going to go in and you're going to fight a professional UFC fighter. You're going in the ring. Anybody who didn't basically had to go in the corner and like write a paper or something. But the rest of them went in the ring and they had to fight. Nobody beat the UFC fighter, and that was fine. That wasn't the point. But his point was, you need to train. You need to be ready for when opportunity comes at you or when adversity comes for you. Guys, you think you're ready? You think you could defend your family? What if you didn't have your gun? What if you didn't have your knife? What if you didn't have something that was just hand-to-hand combat? And I'm going to show you some scenarios where this is happening and just the clown world that we live in, literally. But let's play this clip real quick.
Refused to speak to us, but it's clear that he has a big role to play in whatever the war room's real agenda is.
This is the war room of Andrew Tate.
Welcome to the test.
Now is decision time. You are getting in the cage to fight a professional fighter who is trained to hurt you. Anyone who is fighting, please stand up. Anyone who is not fighting, you can stay seated, and we will begin the other program.
Just like that, a third of the room decides to get beaten up for Andrew Tate.
What happens to the people who said no?
They're doing something slightly different, describing the reasons they didn't do it, how that affects their life as a whole, whether they're going to make any changes in the future to be more ready for opportunities. That's where honor comes from, right? From victory.
One of the men who said no agrees to speak to us as long as we hide his face.
Why did you say no?
I have been in the ring before, but just sparring. But I was like, fuck, professionals and Russians, like they guys are serious. I was just too scared. So then afterwards, I felt bad about myself, and I was angry at myself because I came here to be tested.
Andrew Tate has obviously said a lot of kind of controversial things online.
You guys, think about this. So, God forbid something happens to someone you care about. You didn't prepare, you weren't ready. That's a lifetime of regret. I mean, terrible feeling. You heard this guy. He just didn't get in the ring to fight, and you can tell he's already got you. This is the type of event that haunts you for the rest of your life. This is one of those regret moments that builds into life. I know we've all got them. I've got a few. Well, we all have them. Things we wish we'd have done different or handled differently or been ready for, or opportunities that we missed. That's what's happening here. But I know you guys are Andrew Tate fans. And what he's trying to tell you there, and I can't say that I'm an Andrew Tate fan one way or the other. I can take him or leave him. But in this regard, I think he's right. Like, you need to prepare for life and you need to be ready for that stuff. And physical altercations are a part of it. And with the way that they're prosecuting criminals, it's only going to get worse. Let's take a look at this. Let's run over to Clown. This is the type of person I think you could take, training or no training. I think you've got this covered. Added this in for a little comic relief. I don't know how we were going to close the door with our hand above the door. But we're seeing more and more. Well, this is another one. These are some more. These first two are two I think you could take. So this is what we're dealing with. You guys get the picture. You don't want to be in this group. Separate yourself from this group. 75 hard. Get some training, some martial arts training, some sort of self-defense training. Separate yourself from these guys. Because once they're done going after these guys, then they come for you. And how many of you want to be in a scenario where you get here, you're at the store with your wife or your kids, and you're dealing with this? So you're arguing with people. Lost some shelf. What do you do in this scenario? You're there. What do? You just ignore it? Let the problem continue? Do you confront this? Do you take it? What do you do? What are you doing in this scenario?
No,
This just goes on. This goes on for 2 minutes, and that's all we have video clips of.
Where's the place?
Oh, good.
Like, what happens? You come in on the wrong end of that door. You don't know what's happening. You come in through that door. You walk square right into this. No time to draw your gun or, God forbid, your wife's going in the door first. You hold the door for her. She walks into this. Are you prepared to diffuse that situation? Because this is becoming more and more common. Are you ready for this? That's what I'm preparing for. Are you ready? Then here's the last one, and this one's really disturbing because they pushed this old lady.
Yo, this happened in a New Jersey Walmart, man. The lady tried to stop her, one of the co-workers, and they pushed the old lady, assault her. And these ladies got their hair did, their nails done, eyelashes done, but they stealing like $1,000 worth of food. You know, they come in 2 cars deep. They really like planned this. 6 women. You know what I'm saying? So you could afford to do your hair and your nails and your eyelashes and your nails, but you can't get no food? Yo, what type of world we live in? And you pull up in cars and all that. Like what how low can you go, man? And then you blame others for what you going through? Man, you ain't going through nothing, man. That's some greedy stuff right there, man. They need to put a stop to these people.
Guys, you're going to continue to see more and more of this. That Walmart associate, she got shoved. The older generation out there, what are you doing to prepare yourself? Like, you guys are extremely vulnerable as these criminals get emboldened and empowered. Ladies, are you prepared to fight back? These sex trafficking rings, you know, we continue to hear these stories. Now, Wyoming's great. We're small. We pretty much band together. And eventually this is coming to our door. It's going to come here. It spreads. We might be last to get it if we're lucky, but sooner or later it's coming. You can't run from it forever. You might as well start preparing to face it and turn around and face it. The best way to stop a bully is to turn around and punch him in the face. And you got to be prepared physically, mentally, all of it. The economy continues to crater like we're seeing, and it's about to get worse. You have to start to prepare. Please start to prepare. We need more people on the team. There's not enough of us out there to carry everybody else through. And to expect them to carry you through isn't fair. Show up, put in the work. You will be better for it. Your life will be better for it. This kind of stuff's happening. The economy's getting worse. When it really tips over the edge, that's when all hell breaks loose. And it's coming. And it's coming fast. The signs are around you. Please see them. If you're planning to come to Wyoming, we need you to fight. We need you to help protect. We need you to help keep this stuff at bay. We only do it by being strong and being rallied together. We need strong people on the team. That's what I'm asking for. Yes, this is some self-protection here. I want stronger people on the team. Please get in shape, get stronger. I'll catch you in the next one.